Yo, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this video, I'm going to talk about 7 traits that men who are experts at attracting women master. Okay? And so, I'm not going to, this is in no order of importance, but, I just wanted to talk about these different things because, I get a lot of guys who ask me like, hey, how do you become that dude who, gets a lot of different girls, the type of guy that women want to be with? What are some of the things that you need to do to make this happen? You understand? So I'm going to go through, these things and let you guys know what it is. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about is having core confidence. Having core confidence. Now, you guys hear me talk about confidence, a lot. And, some people are under the illusion that confidence doesn't matter and confidence is bullshit. And, oh, my God, like, what is confidence going to do? And, all this other stuff. Right. And so the thing is, what a lot of people think about when they talk about confidence, they'll say, well, you can't be confident unless you did something, or you're only going to be confident if you continue to do a certain thing. And then once you've shown that you can do that thing, then you're going to be confident, right? Now, I'm not saying that's totally false, because the thing is, what happens is that when you're doing something and you continue to do it and you get good at it, you become competent at that thing. And then through that, you can build some confidence, right? But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about dudes who are like experts at dealing with women are guys who have core confidence. So what are we talking about when we say core confidence? We're talking about confidence that just comes from deep within without there having to necessarily be anything, literally outside of himself. You understand what I'm saying? For him to feel that confidence. You see what I mean? So, and with that core confidence, what that means is that no matter what's happening with a woman, whether she's feeling him or not, whether she's cooperating or not, whether he's getting girls today or not, he still feels confident. So his confidence isn't necessarily based off of, what's happening outside. You understand what I'm saying? He has that confidence within himself at all times, no matter what's happening outside of him, no matter what type of responses he's having when he's dealing with women. So he's confident when a chick is, feeling him and cooperating. And he's also confident when a chick is not feeling him and not cooperating. You understand? So his confidence doesn't fluctuate based off of, what's going on outside himself. You understand? So, a guy who's an expert at, attracting women, he masters that core confidence. You understand? Masters having that core confidence. All right. So that's number 1. Now, number 2 is keeping your appearance tight and on point. So a guy who's an expert at, attracting women. Shout out to my dude, Affy Kingdom, because he always got the expert level games. I'm talking about being an expert in this joint. But the thing is, a dude who's an expert at attracting women, he masters his appearance, and he's very meticulous about this shit. Meaning that he takes time out to really take care of his appearance. So this is the type of guy who, he hits the gym. He takes time to, put his wardrobe together. You understand? He makes sure that he looks sharp. You understand? Like he's taking the time to do this. You understand? Like, for example, check out my dude, Everett Overton's channel. See, I would say Everett Overton is a master at, appearance. You understand? You can tell by the way he dresses, by the way he puts himself together, that he knows what he's doing. He's mastered his style. He takes care of, making sure he has, clothes that fit, clothes that look good, even like, he always looks like he takes care of like getting a haircut. So when you master that, that's going to make you more attractive to women in general, because you're taking time out to do that. You're taking time out to put that together. You see what I'm saying? So now number 3 is you influence a woman's emotions through your words and actions. You influence a woman's emotions through your words and actions. See, what you got to understand is that women, they are going to gravitate to you based off of how you make them feel, or how they're feeling when they're around you, right? So if you know how to, influence a woman to feel something, right, that's going to make chicks want to fuck with you. And you do this, through the things you say and the things you do. And so, if you have a tight mouthpiece, if you know how to flirt, if you know how to build sexual tension, and also, if you know how to do certain things with women, that's going to make them see you in a certain light, that's going to make them feel you even more. You understand? So, if you're, let's say you're, like, showing that you are the type of guy who takes charge, a guy who's decisive, things like that, those are things that you're doing that is going to, influence her emotions. Let's say if you're flirting with a girl real heavy, you're not scared to get, extremely flirty or sexual with a girl, that, influences those emotions. So a lot of times guys who aren't that, good with women, when they talk to women and when they interact with women, they're doing things that don't necessarily create that spark. It doesn't create that feeling within the girl. You understand? It's kind of like platonic. It's kind of neutral. The guy's just like, just sitting there having a regular conversation. The conversation's not going anywhere. It's just very plain and just boring, and it gets stale, and it's just like whatever. You understand? So the thing is, if you know how to, interact with that girl to spike those emotions, right? That's the thing that's going to make this chick gravitate to you. And this is what guys who are experts at dealing with women do. You understand? Now, number 4, the 4th trait is you controlling your emotions. You controlling your emotions. So guys who are experts at dealing with women and attracting women, they know how to control their emotions. Meaning that when they're dealing with women, what's going to happen is that there's going to be times where, chicks might do certain things that might piss you off or annoy you, right? And the thing is, the guys who are the experts know how to control their emotions to where they don't just lash out and, start acting crazy and start, acting real feminine. You understand what I'm saying? Because they just all up in their feelings and all that shit. So the thing is, the guys who are the experts, they understand that women are basically going to, they're going to follow your lead. They're going to look at you in a way where they say, okay, damn, this guy, even though I'm acting crazy and stupid and belligerent, he's not being influenced by my nonsense. You understand? This guy is a man. He's like, he knows how to conduct himself, right? And so when you do that, women respond to you differently. You understand? This is why even, there's times where women, they say women will give you that shit test. You understand? They'll just do something stupid or say something like off the wall because they're trying to get a reaction out of you. And the thing is, if you know how to control your emotions, then what that's telling her is that she can basically trust herself to be around you. Because what happens is, the reason why chicks be throwing those shit tests out is because they're trying to see if you're the type of guy who's going to basically, wild out if she starts wilding out. She wants to see, damn, well, if I get all emotional, can this guy, handle that, the fact that I'm going to be on some emotional crazy shit? Is he able to get me back to center and to get me to calm down? You understand what I'm saying? Like, can he do that? And so when a chick sees that you can control your emotions, that's when she's going to really want to fuck with you. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the 5th thing is reading women. Reading women. So guys who are experts at attracting women know how to read women. And, I have my program, which all of you guys should check out on the Bad Boy membership. And that program, I talk about basically how to read women. You understand? Because, see, the thing is this, is that when you're interacting with girls, when you're trying to flirt with them, when you're trying to make something happen, you need to be able to know, is this girl feeling me or not? Is this girl being responsive to what I'm doing? Does this girl look comfortable right now? Does she seem uncomfortable? You understand? What is she saying with her body language? You understand? What does her silence mean at this moment? You understand? Like, guys who are experts at dealing with women understand these things. And then so they understand these things and then they, respond to that. They act accordingly. You understand? To get, things done. But a lot of times, if you're the type of guy who doesn't know how to read women, then, there's going to be a lot of situations that you're in where it's going to be hard for you to really navigate and interact with these girls because you don't know how to read them. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what they're, doing. You understand what I'm saying? So it's very important for you to know how to read women. And make sure you guys go to Bad Boy membership so you can check out the program Reading Women. All right. Now, the next thing on this list, number 6, some guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. Right. And, a trait that guys who are experts at, attracting women master is accepting and understanding that they are sharing women. Okay. Accepting and understanding that you're sharing women. And now, the thing about it is this, is that, a lot of guys, what happens is when they're dealing with women, they're dealing with women, in a very egocentric way. They're like, they're thinking like that the girl they're dealing with is only dealing with them. You understand? Now, of course, there's going to be situations where, if you're in a monogamous relationship, and it's exclusive, that's one thing, right? But even with that, that's I'm gonna get into that in a second because it also pertains to that. But when you're first dealing with women and you're just dating them, you meet a girl off of Tinder, you meet a girl at a bar. This is not your girlfriend. This is just some chick you're trying to mess with or whatever. You have to understand that you're sharing women. And that understanding, what it does at first is it gets you out of the mindset of thinking, that, there's this like good girl and then there's this bad girl type of shit. Because, a lot of guys, they think, well, a good girl, she's only going to have sex with 2 guys in her life and she's waiting, for marriage, or she's going to, if I meet a girl who had sex with more than 3 guys, she's a hoe, and, all that other crazy shit. So when you understand the concept that women are to be shared, you understand what I'm saying? Then you knock that sort of thought process out of your head that there's these 2 different types of girls and I'm looking for the good girl to be wifey and then the other girls are just thoughts or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, that thought process messes up the interactions you have with women because you're under the illusion that you're not sharing them. You're under the illusion that, you're trying to look for this good girl who nobody's touched so you can just have her for yourself, right? Another thing, too, is when you're dating a chick, right, if you don't understand that you're sharing her, what happens is that the interactions you have with her, right, become needy or clingy, and sometimes you start to feel insecure and get off of your game. You understand? And so what I mean is, let's say, for example, I'm dating a chick, right? And she's also dating, let's say, 2 or 3 other guys. So let's say it's 4 of us in all. Me and 3 other dudes she's dating. Now, let's say I'm the only dude out of those 4 guys that understands that I'm sharing her. The other 3 guys just assume they're the only guy she's dating. Just for whatever reason, they just assume that she's only dating them. And so now let's say one of these guys really likes her, another guy's catching feelings and all this other shit, and he's like, picturing that this could be his next wifey or whatever, right? And then let's say one of those guys call her and wants to see her. But then let's say she doesn't see him or she doesn't return his call because she's chilling with me. So now he starts feeling a certain type of way, like, oh, this girl didn't call me. Why she playing games? Why she acting like that? And he starts probably getting needy. He's going to call her even more. You understand? But see, the only reason he's doing that is because he hasn't realized or accepted the fact that he's sharing women. And so what happens is that when he is dealing with her, he takes everything personally because he's thinking, damn, well, I had a really good time with her the other day. And, I texted her, today, and how come she's not hitting me back? Right? And so he starts thinking, well, does she really like me? This and that. And he starts losing his mind. But he doesn't realize that the girl is dealing with other niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Now, of course, she could, text him back and say, oh, hey, what's up? And, yeah, we could probably get together next week or whatever it is. But sometimes chicks won't even do that. Sometimes chicks will literally be in the middle of fucking sucking another guy's dick when you texted her. You understand what I'm saying? And then, and then you're not going to get that text back, that night, or maybe you probably get it back the next day or whatever. But see, if you understand and you understood that you were sharing women, right? Then you wouldn't be so pissed off and upset. You would just understand that's how the game is played and that's how it goes. And see, going, and sticking with this whole example, let's say I'm dating her and she's dating 3 other guys. Now imagine all these 3 other guys are acting needy. They're a little bit clingy because, she's juggling, 3 or 4 dicks. So they're all not going to get the time they expected. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm the only one out of that situation who's not sweating her. I'm the only one that I do what I do and I keep it pushing. And then I see her when I see her and it's all good. But the other 3 guys, they're sweating her. You understand? They're like, oh, where you been? And how come you ain't call me? And, they texting her 3-4 times in a row. And the thing is, I've seen this shit because I've been out with women on dates. I've been out about to fuck a chick or whatever. And she shows me text messages from dudes that's texting her like crazy, trying to see what's popping with her. And I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes is mad thirsty. But see, they're mad thirsty because they liked her and they're like, oh, I really like this girl and I think I found the one and all this other shit. But they didn't realize they were sharing her with me. You understand? And then if they do find out, they get all upset and butthurt or whatever. And so what I'm saying is that, the guys who are experts at dealing with women usually are the ones who accept and understand that they are sharing women. Because when you have that understanding that you're sharing women, when you're dealing with them, you are dealing with them in a detached state. You understand? Because what happens is a lot of guys who deal with women in a very attached type of, state. Meaning, excuse me, and what I mean by attached, my fucking throat's going crazy right now. What I mean by attached is that a guy feels that his, sense of well-being and happiness depends on being with this girl, and not only being with this girl, but her just being with him, or his emotional state, or even his ego feels like, well, she should only be with me because, if she wants to be with other guys, that means she doesn't like me, and or it'll go the other way where guys will say, well, I'm the man, so I'm that dude, so she should just want to be with me. You understand? Now, there ain't nothing wrong with a chick with doing that, because at certain points, chicks will want to do that if they want that monogamous, exclusive situation. But even in that, and this is what I wanted to say about this, is that even in the monogamous situation, you still have to understand that you are sharing women. Meaning that the girl you're in a monogamous relationship with has also been with other dudes before you. And this goes back to what I was saying before, where you have guys who, they're extremely judgmental about shit. They're like, oh, I ain't never wifing up no girl who had sex with 6 niggas or 7 guys in her life, and that's too much. And You see what I'm saying? Because, again, you haven't accepted and understood that you are sharing women. So imagine how that plays out in your game when you're dealing with women. Because a woman, she can tell if you're the type of guy who's going to be judgmental or act all goofy and weird about the fact of her being, the type of chick who likes to fuck. This is why women will try to lie about the number of guys they got with and all this other shit, because they know that a bunch of dudes can't handle it. But when they meet a guy, who understands that he's sharing women, right? Those chicks are a little bit more at ease and also more attracted to the guys who understand that, because the guys who understand that, again, are, engaging with these chicks in a detached basis. And since they have that detachment, and when I say detachment, it's not saying that, oh, you don't give a fuck about the chick. It's more so that you enjoy the process and you enjoy everything you're doing with her, but at the same time, you're still also detached, meaning that, you're not worried about the outcome. And so what happens is that when she sees that energy from you, because she knows that you're not worried about it, you're also fucking with other chicks, that makes you more attractive to her, and also in comparison to all the other dudes who are being thirsty. So again, with the example I was saying, if you have me dating these three other, me and these three other guys dating her, if those three other guys are being needy, but I'm not, who do you think is going to be the guy who she sees as the most attractive out of the guys she's dating? You understand? And so she's going to gravitate to that guy more. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. You got to understand something. Women, they're going to want a guy who, they're attracted to, a guy who wants them, a guy who wants that, maybe that long-term relationship or whatever it is. But on the way to getting that, when a chick senses that you're extremely needy and clingy and all this other shit, that turns her off. And a dude who doesn't understand that he's sharing women will act like that a lot of times in the beginning, because he's under the illusion that when he's dating her, it's just him and her. You see what I'm saying? So even if in the back of his head, he sort of might think, oh, well, I just met this girl, like logically and in a common sense type of way, he would, should know that, oh, I just met her, so I don't know, she might have another dude that she's fucking with. But in his head, he wants to believe and think that it's only him and her. So when, certain outcomes happen where she is, not being as responsive or whatever it is, he's pissed off and upset, and mainly he's pissed off and upset because he's thinking from the standpoint of it just being him and her. You see what I'm saying? So, it's very important to, understand that you are sharing women and accept that if you want to be the type of dude who is the type of guy who's an expert at, attracting women. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that concept, because, if you don't, all of those things and those actions that she's doing is, you're going to be influenced to act a certain way, because you're thinking, oh, what's wrong with her? Why is she calling me back? I thought we had a good time and yada, yada, yada. And then you start texting her, being all needy. And how come you didn't text me the other night? All that other goofy shit. And again, a lot of dudes' egos take a hit because, you know what I'm saying? They think that, they're supposed to somehow, be the dude that's going to make her not want to get anybody else's dick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry to break it to you guys, it's not realistic. Until it's a situation where she decides that, hey, I want to be in a monogamous, a long-term relationship with you, and you want that with her, and also, then that's a different story. You understand? But other than that, you got to understand that you're sharing these chicks, right? So I just wanted to, get into that real quick. Now, the last thing on this list, when it comes to a trait that, men who are experts at attracting women master, is always studying the game. All right? So guys who always study the game and are continuously learning are guys who end up being experts at attracting women. right? They're continuously learning. They're continuously interacting with women. They're continuously, reading books, watching videos, listening to audios about this type of stuff. They're continuously going out there, hitting the streets, going to different, parties, clubs, events, talking to girls in all these different situations so that they can learn more about how to get the type of women they want, how to be better at attracting women, how to make attracting women easier for them, all of these things. These are the guys who are, on their way to be that dude, or who is that dude but is also continuing to strive to make that happen. Like, for example, I had a dude on my Bad Boy membership program, and I did a video about this a while ago. Some of y'all might remember this, where the guy said he was on the Bad Boy membership for maybe I think 2 or 3 months, and he ended up having sex with 15 girls within those 2 or 3 months already. And so he said that, he was pretty decent at talking to girls and interacting with them, but he said when he got on the membership, he went full speed ahead and really learned a lot of shit and then implemented it immediately, to the point where he basically smashed 15 girls in 2 or 3 months. You see what I'm saying? So this dude, even though he was already pretty good at talking to women, he continuously learned what he needed to learn in order to make shit pop. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. That's all I want to say for you guys today. Listen, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
What's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.